Hi, I'm Bruce Dweck with Keller Williams Realty, and I want to welcome you here today to talk about credit scores and getting started with your home purchase. A lot of people come to me shopping for a home, and they're not fully prepared yet because they haven't gotten pre-qualified. And today I've got Shea Peck with Bank of England Mortgage to help us understand the importance of credit scores and importance of getting pre-qualified when starting your home shopping process. If you do these kind of things ahead of time, you really can avoid a lot of the pitfalls down the road. So Shay, tell us, what's important to know about credit scores and getting pre-qualified so that people can go home shopping and feel comfortable they'll be shopping for a home that works for them financially.
Sure. So with the credit scores, the main thing we want to see on a loan is the borrower's ability to repay. So when you look at a credit report or credit scores, it shows the trade lines of different things that borrowers taken loans out on and how they've repaid it. If there are any late payments or anything like that, it's reflected on the credit report. That also affects the credit scores. How many trade lines you've had in your lifetime also affects your credit scores. Closing revolving accounts out can negatively affect your credit scores because the credit bureaus want to see the longest history, that they can with a credit history. So by closing an account, say it was opened in 2005, and you close it out in 2020. That card and the history from all that time, once it's closed, is no longer existent on your credit. So we tell people a lot of the time you can close, go ahead and pay off the card and cut it up, but you don't necessarily need to close the account depending on how many trade lines or how many cards you have revolving. It can be hurtful sometimes to do that. So we do pull 3 different scores, and that's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Once we pull the 3 scores, we qualify a borrower based off the middle score. If there are 2 borrowers on a loan, we qualify based off of the lower middle score of the 2 borrowers. So we see all of those scores come through. Once we do that, we also get a potential increase that shows us how much potential each borrower has to raise their credit score and by how many points. And so if we're in a situation, that we need to increase it, we can easily take a look at things and see if it's as much. Like I have one right now that's paying $76 down on one credit card, and it's going to pop their score up to where we need it. So it's very accurate, as long as you do it in a timely manner.
Yeah. Are there some minimum thresholds for credit scores that borrowers need to be aware of?
There are. At the time of recording this right now, we're in the middle of COVID-19, so there have been some credit score overlays in the industry. So as of right now, our conventional loan credit score for a conventional product is 640. For VA and FHA, we're looking at 660 on those 2. But if we're going through Florida Housing, which is the first-time homebuyer program, VA and conventional are down to 640 with them. So those are the credit score floors as of now. Typically, Florida Housing is always 640, but sometimes we see lower government credit scores outside of, these are just odd times.
So those are good kind of minimum thresholds that people need to make sure that they reach and exceed as much as possible in order to get a rate on their mortgage. Is that right?
Yes, anything we consider pretty much anything over 740 prime credit, but any increase that you can get above that 640 or 660 mark, depending on the loan product, obviously helps you. The higher you get, the better it looks for us.
Okay, well, great. That's good information. Thank you very much. I encourage anybody that's watching to reach out to Shay or myself with their questions about borrowing or getting started on a home search. We're here as a resource for you guys. We want you to be successful with home search. We encourage you to give us your questions, and we want to help you avoid any pitfalls in your search. We don't want you to have to start over and so forth. And that's the reason we're doing these videos, is so that you understand what you need to do so that you don't have to repeat any steps in the process. And hopefully this has been helpful to you. And give us your feedback. We'd love to hear your questions. Thank you very much.